Good afternoon, good evening. We have people, good morning if you're joining from Malaysia, like one of our guests, Gary. My name is Shanna Kurtz, and I'm joining you from South Texas. I want to welcome you, whether you're a guest or a partner, however you have ended up here tonight. I just want to thank you for your time. If you'll give me a second, I'm going to share my screen here in a second, but let me take a minute and just really share a little bit of my story. And I just want to get to know you a little bit so you kind of know, what you're looking at tonight. So I call South Texas home. I have 6 dogs, way too many chickens. I work full time as an executive for a US based charity. And I feel completely blessed beyond measure to be able to share my experience with Three International and what it may be able to do for you and your family. So, full understanding, where was I when I was introduced to the concept of an online way of earning an additional income? And at the time, I was already my own boss. I owned a traditional brick and mortar business in the construction sector. I had spent nearly 10 years growing and building that business. And although I would not have admitted it at the time, I was open to something else. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to put it to words, but I was. And why? Because I was unfulfilled, I was overworked, and frankly, feeling hopeless. Even though my business was successful, in air quotations, right? Because you get to define that. And our gross revenue, we did over $1 million a year. Many people were employed. I was maxed out on my income. I was maxed out on what I could pay myself and my ability to scale the business. I even went to opening additional storefronts. And in that process, yes, it brought another level of success. But I also found myself at a doctor's office, hooked up to some equipment. And he said, Shanna, if you don't change, you are going to crash your nervous system. Like, this stress is not sustainable. So there I was, feeling hopeless and overwhelmed when I looked at a video, much like you are right now. And oh, sorry, dogs are going to bark a little. As a single woman, the idea of a dual income household intrigued me. I went to immediately to thoughts of, oh wow, like that kind of money could be, a second home at the beach, or what would I do if I could travel in Europe for a month or two, or what if I could be more generous with my father or my community in ways that my single income wasn't going to allow me. So I got started here in this, what you're going to learn about tonight, and I became an eager student. Okay. And I want to point that out because even though I had experience in traditional business, I took my expert hat off and I chose to become a student and really learn what was possible here. And here's what I know that I know that I know. I knew that if I could work as hard here as I did for myself building a traditional business, I could turn this into something that was even more significant and fulfilling. That got me excited. And what that did for me was it created a bridge. So in the 2 years of part-time effort, alongside what I was already doing, being my own boss, running my business, I was able to transition out of that business that was truly crushing me and transition into an online business that was fully funding my life. And so, but here's the really cool part, and you'll learn this. This does not require a full-time effort. So here I was, full-time income, but I was able to look at other options. I realized that if I paid attention to the systems that were in place and the ways that things were done that allowed me to pursue other passions, I did exactly that. I took that opportunity to pursue other things, and those grassroots passion projects turned into what I do now, where I get to be a part of help organizations that are drilling water wells in Africa, or community gardens that turn into jobs in Zimbabwe, or helping an orphanage go fully sustainable by developing a business plan of a fishery. These are things I'm passionate about, making an impact in the world. And because what I didn't tell you was that I'm also an incurable cancer survivor. And so, from the age of 20, I've been told I wouldn't survive by more doctors and more times than I would like to count. And on top of everything I shared, I wanted more than anything to take the miracle that God had given me, this one precious life, and really make an impact in the world. And this platform, the one that you're going to learn about tonight, is a way that you and I can truly make an impact all over the world, starting from where you are right now in less time than you think. So if that is something that you want to learn more about, you're in the right place. So with that, let me share my screen, and I am going to introduce to you 3 International. We are an entrepreneurial movement. That is really true. That is what we are. Our story, we are a global community of entrepreneurs. We're driven by purpose, passion, leadership. Listen, the key thing here is that we really are a community of entrepreneurs. This was created by the people, and the platform was built for them, not the other way around, not a corporation that then had to, pitch people their idea. No, no, no. The best in the industry created their dream platform. And that is what you're looking at tonight. We are founded on 3 pillars: people, purpose, and platform. People, obviously, this is where it's at. If you've got a heart for serving people, then you already know this. Connecting with people, empowering people. This is really what a true fulfilling life is about. Purpose, being able to step out in your purpose and help others do the same. Let me tell you, if you will stay plugged in to what you are taught here, you can go so far. You absolutely can. The platform that you have here, you really want a platform that's turnkey, and you want to be put in a position to win. And that is what we have. And that's really, when you look at using a platform that creates that leveraged income, that's what got my attention. I came from a traditional business transactional background. This is something different, and that platform is how we're able to have this conversation. The management behind it, Daniel Piku. Listen, I would put our CEO up against with anybody in the industry for the last 70 years, 100%. There is not a better CEO that works harder, that has more heart, that's truly going to know your name, know your passions. He's not just going to ask what you're doing, but he's going to ask how you are. And, that's something that's really special. But he also, the man doesn't sleep. How we launched 14 countries on day 1, I hand a lot of that to Daniel Piku. We also can give Troy over there a lot of credit as well, and Dr. Dan, which you're going to hear more about them. So we're in really great hands. I have an incredible mission to provide a platform that's helping a lot of people. I'm going to go through these kind of quickly. Okay, so what is this that you're looking at? We are truly a phase 1. This is phase 1 market. What is different here? We open, like I said, 14 countries on day 1. You can be in Hong Kong and send a link to someone in the US, and you can get paid, and then they share their link with somebody in Australia, and you're getting paid, they're getting paid. It's truly a global business. So the science, let me click on these, show you a little bit more. We're about exploration, curation, and absorption. So this is really the magic component. So exploration, we are discovering new ingredients. We're curating. This is really about putting things together in ways they haven't been before. So when you meet the line here in a minute, I think you'll be surprised by how every product has multiple layers and facets to it. And that's really because of the curation process that Dr. Dan brings to the table. And then absorption. Okay, this is the one that really makes us stand out, because when you have absorption, when you have ingredients that are scientifically proven, we use 11 different absorption technologies. When you're able to get something absorbed into the body and somebody feels different and acts different, because here's what I'll say: when you have more energy, or you've slept better, or you just overall feel better, you're different at work, you're different in conversations, you're different around the people that you love the most, because when you feel better, you show up in the world differently. And when you do that, when you have products that are getting in the body and making a difference in people's lives, now you have a business that becomes very stable and something that you can truly count on. Dr. Dan, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. He is a smarty pants. I know I'm probably supposed to say something more technical than that. He's Caltech trained, PhD. Here's what I love about him. He is truly one of the smartest people I have ever had the privilege of meeting. However, he takes all of that scientific, generally over the top information, and he hands it to you in a way that connects to your heart and explains it in a way that you're more excited about your health and making decisions or educating others in a way that is just fantastic. He's an absolute gift to the team. You'll love getting to know him. Our scientific advisory board, we have a lot of MDs on our advisory board. We attract many doctors, and you're going to see why in a second. These are all volunteers, unpaid, and just passionate about helping take 3 to the world for the purpose of truly making an impact in lives. And you can do that without being a doctor. So that's pretty cool. 6 pillars of wellness. Now, before we get into the details of these, I want you to see right there on the left, you're seeing that we're in the physician's desk reference. What does this mean? We're the only company that has this. Our entire line is at the fingertips of the reference that your doctor uses. So if you're like, hey, I'm taking this liposomal turmeric product and here's what it's called, which you should, it's really great. You're gonna hear about it in a second. You can say, literally look it up, and he's gonna find it in there. She's gonna find it in there. And so that's really powerful. You have that to back up our line. It's very unusual. No other companies offer that. So here's what I'm gonna tell you as we get into these. We're gonna start with Vitalite. What I want you to know is if you want all the details, if you like to see everything, you want to reach out to the person who invited you so they can send you the links to clinical trials, ingredient sheets, benefit sheets, everything you need. But for the purpose of this overview, I want to just convey just enough for you to see that this is different, that you're not going to find anything like this in the stores near you or online. It truly also is for everyone, meaning you have a vast amount of people in your network that are already looking and open for the solutions that we're going to share with you. So first and foremost, we have Vitalite. This is a multivitamin, but I think maybe telling you a story, because multivitamin doesn't sound as exciting as it really is. As somebody who has taken supplements for over 20 years, this one never had anything like it. You take this product. I personally, my story is I took this, and the day that I take it, I have more energy. I'm 45 years old, and I am showing up in the world with a great amount of energy. And not only that, but I used to take a lot of these ingredients. You've got probiotics, prebiotics, you have trace minerals. Just a little side note, 92% of Americans are deficient in vital nutrients. Okay. So what does that tell me? 92% of the people, at least in the US, are in need of exactly what you see here. So your omegas are in here, really everything that you need, greens, super fruits, really everything all in one, and that absorption package that's really going to make a difference. So definitely start there. Collagen. Okay. We know that collagen's a hot topic. Everybody's talking about it. Why does 3 have something that really stands out? Number one, it goes back to that absorption. We have delivered it in a way that you're going to see results. For me, it was day 5. Day 5, I could look at 2 pictures side by side, and my complexion, the quality of my skin, the wrinkles, the glow, everything was different. But one of my favorite stories is actually I travel back and forth to East Africa, and my neighbor is one of my customers, and she had grabbed this product from me. And in the time that I came back, she had run out. And when I got back, she said, Shanna, listen, I may be, it may not make a huge difference in my wrinkles at my age, but let me tell you, I could feel it in my knees. I am not ever going to run out of that again. So definitely there's more to collagen than just hair and skin and nails. I think that's what opens the door for people to look, but don't be surprised when you see other benefits from it. Really what makes us different, favorite part, we only take it for 10 days on and 20 days off. So you really are using the cycle that your body already has around making collagen and supporting that process. But I promise you, if you share this with somebody, you could build an entire business around this one product. No joke. Once people try it, they totally love it. And there's nothing else like it. So Eternal, oh gosh, this is one that does so many things. You've got so many phytonutrients, antioxidants in here. I'm passionate about this. A lot of times I get told I don't look my age. I turned 45, like I said. Here's one of the reasons. Because of a cancer diagnosis at 20 years old, I have prioritized phytonutrients and antioxidants for over 20 years. So when we think of antioxidants, we think immune system or oxidative stress, but really you also think of protecting all, like if it does this on the outside of protecting, the oxidative stress and what it does to your organs in your body, imagine what it does on the inside is what I'm trying to say. So this is one that lots of people can benefit from. I have some of my really crunchy friends really love to have this product for their kids to drink. My niece and nephew were here and drinking it this weekend. It's something that you can travel with. It is something that helps in so many different ways. Definitely peek into this one. I think it's one of those everybody could benefit from. Revive. Okay, this is that liposomal turmeric. If you haven't done any research on liposomal turmeric, I'm going to highly encourage you to do that. None of our products, I can say cure, treat, diagnose, anything like that. I hope that if anything else, this conversation empowers you because listen, statistics show if you'll do your own research, your health is better because a proactive approach really is connected to people with better health outcomes. So don't just take my word for it. Go get on PubMed, do your research and see what liposomal turmeric does. This has more than that. It's got other immune supporting ingredients in here, but really it's about a healthy inflammation response. This is another really great one that you're going to want to if you got aches and pains, issues like that, or maybe you're an athlete and you want to decrease your recovery time, definitely take a look at Revive. Okay, Purify. Well, when I talk about how 92% of the population is deficient in nutrients, the other thing you have to think is, okay, so our soils are depleted of nutrients, or we're eating more processed foods, we're taking in more toxins, and our bodies are not designed to filter all of this stuff. It needs help. So that's what Purify does. It comes in, it supports the detoxification pathways of your body. I love it. I've seen teenagers love this product for clearing up their complexion. I've seen people love it for just, decreasing inflammation of the body and just, for me personally, there's less bloating in my face when I take this. I love, love, love Purify. A lot of times it's the one that people don't want to start with. You may start with a package that you get all the products and they're like, oh, Purify is a detox. It's not that kind of detox. It's the last one that people take, but it's the one that people are like, I don't know what it is about that Purify, but that's really it put the icing on the cake. I was already feeling better, but when I started taking that's when it really accelerated. So don't underestimate Purify. Immune does exactly what it says. It's going to regulate the immune system. It's also going to help support your digestive immune system. We know that your gut is where that 80% of the immune system is housed. So you've got that there. I love this. My dad is 76. He has this bottle next to his bed, and on top it says, if feeling bad, take more. And I can't tell you how many times he comes over and he's like, okay, I started feeling bad and I was so-and-so and I was sneezing or the weather changed. And so I took a couple extra of this and that stuff really works. I'm like, yes, Dad, I know. I know it does. Okay, so this is the science. This is one of the studies that we have about the absorption. So as you can see, every single one of our products absorbed more fully than the control. Okay. Go definitely check these out. I love the epigenetic study. I call it biohacking, but basically it's this idea that we used to think that, if mom had these issues, then you're going to have these issues. But we know now that you can be predisposed for some genetic markers, and there's things that you can do. There are plant-based ingredients or ingredients that you can put in the body that are scientifically proven to change that or support that trajectory in a different direction. That's what epigenetics are. It means you actually have control in where the ship goes. And so that's really what this is about. It puts the science to what our products are doing. So definitely look closer at that. And then let's hang out and talk about the opportunity just for a second. Multiple streams of income. We'll kind of run through these. First and foremost, for the North American market is retail commissions. This is really simple. If I shared my link with that friend in Hong Kong, they go and order and I make a 25% commission. Everybody knows how to share links. You're already probably doing that. That's what this looks like. Oops, hit the wrong button. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Okay. Preferred customer acquisition bonus. So this you're paying $30. You're getting wholesale pricing. As their sponsor, you're getting 30% commissions based on the CV, which is the value added to those products. That's another really great way to go. Then we have the product introduction bonus. So this is when people get started with a package. When people are looking at the business, this is where you want to start them in one of these packages. And you have the intro pack, the premium pack, the business builder pack, and the pro pack. Every one of those, they're going to pick what suits their needs or their goals, and then you're going to get this amount of money. This is really great front end money for you to recoup your investment if you're getting started on one of those bigger packages, or maybe you're looking to see what this does really quickly. This is a great way to do it. But let me tell you, the next screen, team commissions, is where that residual leveraged income is at. So let me talk you through what we're going to see here. Basically, you get started. We have 2 teams. You're going to see that. You'll put one person on the left and one person on the right. And now you're going to start seeing like this spillover, maybe, people that are placed into your organization underneath you. Really cool. Their orders count as points in that leg underneath you, even if you didn't put them there. Maybe you're putting people under your level 1. These are called your level 2s. You're placing them there. You only have 2 spots when you get started, and then it opens up underneath that. So as you're moving through these cycles, through your organization, you're sharing with more people. Now you're starting to see the leverage of efforts, right? Now it's not just you sharing, it is multiple people sharing. And every time that your organization is putting together 300 points on one side and 600 on the other, you're paid a cycle. And that's what we're showing you here. This is really, if you're sitting here thinking, Shanna, I want to move out of the transactional way of doing business and move into something that's leveraging other people's efforts, this is where you want to go. It's that question of, do you want to work 100 hours a week, or do you want to put in 100% work, or do you want 10 people to put in 10% work and it's the same outcome, right? And so when I say that there are systems in place so that you're not working crazy hours, this is what I'm talking about. This also opens up the leadership matching bonus. So as you bring people to the company and they get started in building business, you get percentages on what they do. So I'm going to move through these really quickly. Your first level, you're going to get paid 20%. But listen, I've brought over 10 people to the company, so I actually get that 30% commission on all of my level 1s. And so, level 2, you're making 15% commissions. This goes deeper. If you understand, I'm going to teach somebody how to do something, and I'm going to make a commission because of that work of teaching them how to do this, or plugging them into the system that teaches them, or the leadership that I have. This is really powerful, and it pays you over and over again. Yes. Global leadership bonus. Okay. 3% global. So they take everything of the global revenue, they put 3%, and they pay it back to their leadership. So if you're a 4-star director, I'm just right under there. You're going to start seeing this commission. I love that there's that kind of reward. A lot of companies, you have to get to the tip top, but I'm telling you, our company, this compensation plan is so robust. You can tell it was created by the people for the people. So rank advancement bonuses. I really want to move to, how do you get started here? So if you get started, you can get started as a retail customer. That would be first. That's, you hop on, order your products, no problem. Great. Number 2 would be preferred customer. So you're looking at that wholesale pricing. Number 3, brand ambassador. Now this way you are this, and let me say, when I say brand ambassador, you may not necessarily be sitting here thinking, I want to build a big team and build a big business. You may be thinking, that collagen looks really good, and I totally understand free money. So let me go ahead and set myself up in a way so that when my neighbor asks me to try it, I'm going to be already positioned to reap the benefits of that. It may start like that for you, right? Even if you're not yet to the position that you're wanting to dream really big or anything like that. Everything in between, brand ambassador, is where you get with that. So then you're going to want to choose a package that is right for you to suit your needs. There are several to choose from. You can look at the intro pack starting at $200 all the way up to the pro pack for $2,300. Every one of those is going to be really great. It's going to match your goals and needs. I started with the big package. I wanted product on hand to get into people's hands and lives to experience it. So that was the route I wanted to go. Maybe you want to start off as an intro pack. Everything is really great. Every one of these kind of has its own perks and benefits, but let me tell you, start where it makes sense for you. I will give you one tip. I've been working with people in this industry for over 5 years, and here's what I'll tell you: stretch. Okay. If $200 is nothing to you and you get started here and you're thinking I'll start on $200, maybe I'll build something, maybe I won't, you're going to squander the opportunity. It's very likely that you will, and I don't want that for you. So I'm going to tell you to stretch. If $600 feels like a stretch, then start there. Start somewhere that you feel like you've got something on the line, you've got some skin in the game, and you don't want to lose this opportunity and you want to get to work to do it. And you take off the expert hat of whatever it is you're already an expert at in your life and come at it with that teacher, with that student perspective. Okay. Intro pack. This gets you started as a brand ambassador. This premium pack, I love it. You're getting at least one of everything. So you're getting to experience the whole line, some extras of some of the others. You're getting leadership matching bonus right out of the gate for the first 4 weeks. I love that. Business builder pack, you're accessing some other perks. You don't have to order an auto ship for 4 weeks. And you're already going ahead and getting paid matching bonus and getting paid at the 3-star level in the company. So basically just kind of think of it like fast start. Pro pack, same thing. You've got all those perks, but now you're getting an extra $100 token. You're getting even more products. I don't even know what the total is on all the free products here, but it's a lot. And you've got 11, almost a full year of no auto ships. And so that really gives you a chance to start your business. You don't have to do auto ships. And I'm going to say this about auto ships, because I think people think subscribes or auto ships. What I love about 3 is you can go in and place your auto ship order and order for 3 or 4 months at a time and pay one shipping price, and you're totally covered for your auto ship. So if you're building a business and you're wanting to do that, just know that we've got you literally, we thought of everything to make this the perfect company for you to make your home. So multiple stages of growth. We're clearly in the very beginning. We have our 1-year anniversary just a month away. I'm clicking this. And yeah, so that gets us through your introduction to 3 International. And I want to go ahead and bring some friends to share their perspective. I want to start, let's start with Amy Lafitte from Dallas, Texas. I'm telling you, if you get a chance to do this business with somebody you dearly love, take up that opportunity, because Amy's one of my best friends. We have earned trips with this company and traveled, but listen, she's got over 17 years in this industry. She is no stranger to sales and what it looks like to build a business that really takes you to freedom. It's really been her story. So, Amy, are you somewhere that you can, yay, awesome. Amy, I'd love for you to share your perspective and your 3 story.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Shanna. That was fantastic. I love getting to hear your story with 3 and what this has done for you already, and how it's impacted you and your family. And man, that's exactly how I feel. I just feel so incredibly grateful for being partnered with this company, having found this company. I actually became an entrepreneur. It was actually like 19 years ago, but hey, 17 is good too. So no worries either way. But yeah, when I became an entrepreneur, I was in college. I found myself working full time and going to school full time. And if you've ever done anything like that or worked 2 jobs, which I've done that too, you know, you kind of after a while feel like you never have a day off, and you're burning the candle at both ends and trying to make everything work. And I found myself after a really hard semester, I was taking this class called organic chemistry, which is the weed out pre-med class, which by the way, Dr. Dan has a PhD in organic chemistry. Like, so when Shanna was saying he's smart, he's really smart. But anyway, so the introductory class of that program gave me ulcers. And I remember just thinking like, I can try to keep these plates spinning, but at some point it's going to fall apart. And so I kind of went looking out in the world for a job that had a little bit of flexibility. Maybe I could make a little bit more money per hour. Maybe I could kind of pick, you know, taking some time off to study for finals, things like that. And when I went out in the world looking for that job, I couldn't find it. And I remember I'd just been praying to God and trying to find something and asking him to provide answers. And I felt like I'd hit this wall. And about a month later, I went to an in-home party, and there was somebody there talking about how they had freedom, how they had flexibility, how they actually were able to make the amount of money, even a 6-figure income, just and helping provide for their family. And I remember thinking like, I don't know if this is like, I remember like actually thinking, I don't feel like this is exactly what I asked for, but it does check a lot of the boxes. And so I went ahead and got started, like I said, 19 years ago, and it has been the most amazing thing. I initially started while working full time, which is how most people start, you know, becoming an entrepreneur. You do it nights, weekends. You kind of do it in like these little pockets of time. And within a couple of months, I had actually replaced my income, much to my surprise. And so I was actually able to walk away from that job. And that was the last time I ever had a boss. And so it's been such a cool journey. I was single when I first started. I bought my first house as an entrepreneur, which you have to show so much more paperwork to buy a house when you own your own business. And then I've now gotten married and I have 10 dogs at my house. So I even have Shanna, even though she lives in the country, I have her beat in the city with the amount of dogs that I own. But when just being able to be partnered with this company 3 has really been so fantastic. When I first found the first company I partnered with, they were 45 years old. So I didn't get to be first. In fact, sometimes I'd mention it to, the name of the company to people and they would say, oh yeah, I've already tried that. Or I already know somebody. And so when somebody approached me about 3 and said, we could be first and we're going global immediately. And you could build you could build your entire business from your backyard, from your house if you want, but build it globally. But also if you are very adventurous and like to travel like I do, then you can use it as an excuse to go overseas. You can help people in all other parts of the world. So getting to work with this leadership team that we have here, as well as the products, since I was pre-med, I'm really into science and these products have just been life-changing. You get them inside of your body and you feel so, so great. So if you're looking at this and you're maybe hesitant like I was, man, just jump in. Like, even if you just give your smallest toe, if your biggest issue, start anywhere, start with some products, start to feel better. But don't let this opportunity pass you by. I don't want you to hear about this 3 to 5 years from now and go, oh my gosh, my friend was trying to show this to me. And I just didn't pay attention. It was there right in front of me. So don't miss this opportunity to see if this could really be the thing that you've been praying for. So thanks, Shanna.
Thank you. Thank you for that perspective. That was so good. I love the Dr. Dan plug too. Okay, next let's go to Minnesota and let's hear from John. Now, John is new. He took a look at 3. He's joined us in less than a year. And yeah, he's got a corporate background. Gosh, as sturdy as it comes, like 25 plus years with the same company. Is that right? Like, yeah. And so, yeah, I want to know, John, he's busy. He's a dad of 4. But I want to hear, what did you see here? What has you building a business with 3?
Absolutely. Thanks, Shanna, for having me. And I love, like Amy said, listening to your story and realizing how similar we are in a lot of ways. And I was in a retail career, 20 plus years, just not having fun anymore, and at a place where I knew this wasn't the life that the Lord had planned for me. And so a good friend of my wife and ours reached out to us with this opportunity. We have been on our own health journey, as everyone is, right? And been on great supplements, things that we felt like were helping us immensely. And when we were approached about it, we just kind of took this leap of faith and said, let's try this. Let's see what this is all about. And immediately felt a difference in our energy. As you mentioned, one of my favorite stories to share, I am in Minnesota, the Midwest of America, where cheese is a big thing. I love cheese. I can't eat it. It affects my body in a certain way until I started taking 3 supplements. So now I'm able to have my dairy again, which makes me very, very happy, right? So so we started on that path. We have some experience in network marketing. My wife has done things, and that was kind of her deal. But we had this experience. We got to go to the convention in California, and that's where I fell in love with the company and the people. As Amy also mentioned, the leadership team. I have never been surrounded with more people who are passionate about serving others, and that just comes across in every aspect of what we do. And I realized that's what I was missing in my retail career. That's how I got into retail. I liked helping people. I liked helping people grow, be the best versions of themselves. And that has slipped away, sadly, over the last few years. And so I saw this opportunity to work with my wife to do something that makes our lives a lot more flexible for our 4 kids. And you can ask people that know me. I am a completely different person 6 months later. I have passion in my life again. It's a joy to join calls like this, a joy to share experiences with other people. And so we're just living life to the max and having a great time. So I can't say enough good things about the product, the people, and the platform.
Oh my gosh, your story totally makes me tear up. It's so powerful, so good. Thank you for hopping on and sharing us, and like just be so blessed in your business, and where it's going to take you. Because in 6 months, if the last 6 months look like this, what does it look like 5 years from now or 10 years from now, and how much it
For
changes
sure.
your life? Yeah. And then last but not least, we have Gary joining us from Malaysia. He is a new friend and he is a businessman. He's a husband and a dad, but he also has over 30 years in the pharmaceutical industry. Everything from VP of, a global healthcare distribution company. And so I'm so excited to see your perspective and what you see here at Three. What's your story with Three?
First of all, thank you very much, Shanna, for having me. I
Yeah.
think I can now put a Malaysian flag. I can put it down there for the global con, the first one to be here, and so honored, in fact. Yeah. Thank you very much. And thank you for the quick intro. So, yes, 30 years of pharmaceutical industry working in corporate. I worked from salesperson all the way up to the helm in the country level, being a country manager with 1,000 of people reporting to me. And my pharmaceutical industry covers OTC products, which is over the counter, prescriptions products, medical devices, and supplements, right? So if you walk into a pharmacy today, 60% of those products that's on the shelf are all distributed by me and my team. We do all the sales strategies and marketing. But what they don't tell you about corporate life is that I'm 56. It's hard stop in Malaysia, 60. Nobody tells you that until it comes to the point where it's about the 60 and they're going to give you a golden handshake. Thank you for your time. Somebody's going to replace you, and that's it. And you need to search for something, right? So you need to start looking very soon. And when I was approached, as that was stream, right? He came and talked to me about product, these three products, and the product was collagen. And I was thinking, it's special about collagen. I mean, honestly, I distribute most of them on the farms. Right? So on the shelf, those products are most of them are mine. And then he says, well, read it up. I must say, I started reading up, and we are very scientifically is thinking about the products and the considerations about evidence-based, right? So when I started reading and I talked about cellular absorption, right? So that's something that hit me. Cellular absorption is important, right? When you talk about products out there that increases doses, so they go up to 4. So sometimes you have calcium 4, just doubling up the dose so that how much is it absorbed is always a question. So when I started reading the papers, I can see that okay, the absorption rates is quite good, and there's a clinical paper behind it to prove about the absorption rate. So that blew me away, and I said, okay, why not? Let's do something about this. I can take care of my health, and I can do business at the same time. The question is, logically, why not? Why not? And 3 months back, again, I was blown away. So with all the absorption of nutrients in the cellular level and DNAs and the genes and all that, they came up with an epigenetic study that how it can basically influence, upregulate and downregulate, upregulate good genes and downregulate bad genes. Blew my mind away again. So I mean, there's no brainer. I mean, try and do something with products in tree, at the same time try and build a business. If I can just share a little bit, I used to work in an oncology department where I saw state-of-art targeted therapy for cancer patients. Work in also the third world countries. You see patients and you see families surrounding the patients around their bed, praying and hoping that loved ones will be better. A week later, you come back, the patient is gone, a new patient is there, and new members. And you think about and wonder, what if you can do something about it? Why do we always, like Dr. Dan said, work in an area where it's reactive wellness, reactive treatment? We go into an area where we only do something when something happens to us. And we think about an earlier stage. So active wellness is actually a big thing. I think if we can always start early, prevent what's going to come next, it's very important. So my passion just grew when I think about tree and the products that we can do. My message would be always about health, of course. At the end of the day, if you can build health and build wealth behind it, the question is why not? Don't wait until you're going to be retired. And why wait until you're sick before you think about something to do? Thanks, Shanna.
Oh, that's
That's
so
my share.
powerful. Thank you for sharing your perspective and I'll lock arms with you and fight that battle with you all day long, because I 100% agree with you that you being able to make changes early on, man, you really, when we have that kind of power, and why not use it? So thank you so much, all of our guests, for joining us, and especially you who made time to take a look at this. I really encourage you to reach out to whoever invited you, get your questions answered, pick a package, get started, and let's see where you're at 6 months from now. Thank y'all. Be blessed.